The UVM Costume Shop uses Bernina 1008 domestic sewing machines. There are a few settings and dials that are useful for you to be aware of. The top outer knob controls stitch width. The larger the number selected, the wider the zigzag. The inner top knob controls the position of the needle. If the knob is turned to the left or right, the needle will move accordingly. For most of the sewing you will do in the shop, the knob should be straight up and down for a centered needle. The middle knob is for buttonholing. Turn it clockwise to go through the various steps of the buttonhole. When not buttonholing, it should be set to 0. The next knob down controls stitch length. Turn the knob to move the length indicator up and down. The larger the number, the longer the stitch becomes. The knob can be pushed and held up for backstitching. As long as it is held up, the machine will sew in reverse. The outer bottom knob controls stitch selection. It is normally set to green. The inner knob controls the feed dogs. When moved to the left, the feed dogs are dropped and the sewing machine no longer moves the fabric. This is used for free motion sewing. The knob should be to the right with the feed dogs up for normal sewing. At the top of the machine, there are 2 spokes for thread and 1 for winding the bobbin. There is a lever for selecting stitches. For regular straight and zigzag stitching, it should be all the way to the bottom. There is a knob to adjust the tension of the top thread. For most applications, the 2 red lines should be matched up. At the top of the right-hand side of the machine, there is a hand crank wheel. Turn the wheel towards you to advance the sewing machine. The outer wheel can be held in place while the inner wheel is turned to disengage the needle. Below is the knob for power. Turn the knob up once to turn the machine on and turn a second time to add the light. On the floor is the foot pedal. The further you press down the pedal, the faster the machine will go. Whenever you sit down to the sewing machine, it is important to double check that all the settings are correct before beginning to sew.